Top half of 3. Welcome into Globe Life Field. Thanks for joining us. At bat, Bear Harrison. First pitch to him is a called strike. And we're underway here in the top half of 3. On the mound still, Michael Barnett. Harrison's struggling this year at the plate. Had a couple trips on the base paths last night. Check swing, he did go. Much to the dismay of the fans here rooting for the Aggies. Joshua Shapis goes ahead and makes the call down the first base line.
Look at how much room they're giving Bear Harrison on the infields.
Outside, ball gets away, but nobody on, won't matter.
Everybody playing way back. They know the scouting report. He hits ground balls, but he hits them hard. If you play anywhere, even at normal depth, it's going to be an incredibly tough play for even the most experienced fielder to make.
He's got a nice, keen eye at the plate as well. 6 walks this year. Doesn't pass that one up. Swing and a miss. And a slider down and away. That is just classic pitching. You set him up inside, and for his 3rd strikeout of the day, he goes slider down and away.
And remember how quickly this lineup turned on Virginia Tech last night for A&M. This is not an easy lineup to just set down, and yet outside of the home run, Barnett has really faced no opposition.
Not a guy who allows many base runners. That one fouled away, and the count quickly here to Sawyer Farr goes 0-1.
I've seen Barnett for now 3 years. Experience, we've learned with this UCLA team, is their biggest asset, and even on the mound, they've got it.
And I think that's such a huge thing. I mentioned it earlier. And there was a ball, count goes 1-1. That these guys have chemistry together. They're going to rally for each other, which is a lot easier to do when you play around each other for a few years and you want to see the people succeed on top of wanting to see the players and the team succeed. When you have a connection with the people, that makes all the difference. 1-1 lined right back up the middle. Nice glove there by the shortstop. Chalowski fires to first, no problem. 6-3. And there's 2 gone here in the top half of 3. In this 6-1 affair, UCLA is still with the lead.
In this day and age, imagine a team that has a group, not just 1 or 2, has a group of like 9 or 10 guys come in as freshmen, all super talented and amazing and likely playing professionally, and come in and say, we're just going to play for 3 years and we're not going to transfer. Not one major piece of this puzzle has left because of the transfer portal. Anybody that's left the last couple years has been graduation. That is unheard of in any sport, let alone college baseball, the state it is now.
Up and in, oh no! Off the head of Terrence Keel. Looks to be okay. Scary, scary situation. He's not even gonna look at the trainer, though. Maybe he should.
He survives. You could hear it. It hit the helmet.
It did hit the helmet.
Why the helmet's there.
Anytime up and in with 90 plus. Scary stuff.
Not to downplay the severity of what could have happened there, but you also escape having to pitch to a guy who's hitting in the 460s. It's almost like an intentional walk or maybe an unintentional walk.
Just to get to a guy who's batting 438.
Yeah, exactly. There is no, there is no schlub in either one of these lineups. No. That's why there's so many folks here to see him.
And that's why also A&M's never going to be out of this one. Sorrell fouls one back. Right fielder batting 438. Strikeouts have been a bit of a problem, though, into the double digits with 11. He has launched 5 over the fence this season.
And only 3 walks. He's got to be more patient, but in the right way at the plate.
Correct. I mean, he's got a 438 batting average, but only a 486 on base percentage.
Right.
You'd like a bigger gap between those 2 numbers.
5 home runs, though. That's the key with Caden Sorrell. He is their power hitter, especially in the 2 spot. Has been for a couple years.
The 0-1 from Barnett, chopped on the right side into the glove of Aguayo. He fires to first, and that'll do it for the top half of 3. UCLA leads 6-1, and they leave one runner stranded. With the team's record being 1-7, I don't think that's indicative of how they've played.
Absolutely.
Now up top, moving to the right. Fresno State tapping in real easy. Great pass from number 4, Munoz. Georgia Daly taps it in nice and easy. The transfer from UC Davis puts the scoring to 2-0. But for UCSB, if you look at who they've played, number 25 team in the country twice. Number 2 team in the country twice. Number 11 team in the country. That's 5 of the top 25 teams in the country at any given time.
And you can say the exact same thing about Fresno State.
Correct.
Now 5-4, but 2 of those 4 losses. One was last night to number 6 Arizona State, and before that, the end of last weekend, they lost to UCLA, who most people think is number 1 in the country. So half their losses have been to the top 5.
Goal attempt won't go. 2-0 Fresno State, 5:38 remaining. Goals so far by Hanley Andrus and Georgia Daly. Fresno State with a chance to add on. The Bulldogs in position. Top of the rim won't go. Rejected by the iron.
Good start for them, the Bulldogs. But remember, they controlled that first quarter last night. Got those 3 goals mostly because ASU was making a lot of mistakes. Today, Fresno has come in and forced it a little bit. Different offensive strategy.
Now from left to right, UCSB with a turnover. Tipped away by Megan Cranley. And it'll be the Bulldogs advancing it. Kira Anderson was rejected by the top of the iron last time, now misses the goal. Totally also missing high. And neither of those, she didn't have a ton of great leverage or positioning to attempt a real goal there. I thought that would be a great chance to try to pass one out. As we've seen in the last few games, some unselfish water polo being played, but looks like she might have another chance. Now she passes it away on the right side of the goal, taken away by UCSB. The Gauchos will now have a chance to put it to 1. They have yet to score. 2-0 Fresno State. 10 on the shot clock and the whistle blows. Up top, Hadley Hall. Whistle blows again. They'll keep possession. And it'll be a turnover from UCSB. Pass to the left side, going for Anderson. Anderson's had a few wayward shots on early in this first quarter. Pass goes in, whistle blows. Penalty on the Gauchos goalie, and there'll be a penalty shot here. For the Fresno State Bulldogs, there'll be Haley Andrus, who has already scored today, to get her second and the team's third.
This would be really big.
Ava Martin serves it. Kentucky set to receive. Delay with the kill. It ran right into the hands of Jaya Johnson, straight out of bounds. 3-2. Creighton still leads, but it'll be a Wildcat serve.
I don't know how you're not out of breath from that last rallies. Cool, calm, collected, Brennan.
Cool customer. Brezowitz from the back line serving. Dug up by Breisinger. Now they'll set up for Johnson, who finds the middle of the floor. Nobody home. And Creighton takes a 4-2 advantage.
This is the best we've seen with Creighton's offense all night long. They're getting people going. They found Reinhardt early. They had Johnson right there. They had the long rally showing that they're not going to back down. They know the challenge is tall. They're going to continue to answer the call.
Tuzzo receives following the Creighton serve. Delay. Cross-court kill.
Kentucky's so good at that cross-court kill.
I mean, just finding the outlet where this Creighton defense isn't playing. They're finding the open wood, and they're going after it. And once again, another great kill from Delight.
On the left side, Nora Wirtz giving the kill, and it's a point for Creighton. Creighton up 5-3.
Just seems like there's new life in the Blue Jays. From the bench on the floor, this is what they need.
Kentucky will set up. Washington hits it over. Tipped at the net, goes out of bounds, but it was tipped by a Blue Jay. 5-4 Blue Jays. Kentucky still creeping into this thing, and they will bring in Izzy Carr, get rid of Tuzzo, and not play a libero. Back set to serve Kentucky is Trinity Ward. And the third set, Kentucky leads 2-0, though they're down in the set as that one's tapped over by number 10, Brandaway.
Nice job for Brandaway. She gets around the big block attempt from Carr and Hudson and swipes it around the side of them and sneaks it in on that near side line on the right side of the court. Nice job.
Abby Hayes set to serve for Creighton. It's over, and Brandowitz set to receive. Now Hudson launches over, back left corner is in. Beautifully placed ball, great strike. And it's a kill for Kentucky and a point for the Wildcats at 6-5.
I mean, the SEC's finest with the best placement right there. The Creighton, the entire team was yelling out, let it go, and it just falls its way in. Good ball control.
Blocked to the net by Kentucky. Now the Wildcats will set up. Thigpen! The hammer goes down, and the match becomes tied.
Thigpen's got some bunny. She gets up there and just got over top the ball, sent it smack down. Great kill to
She
knot
doesn't
it up.
have Lizzie Carr height, but she doesn't need to. She gets up there. Hit over by Martin. Now Kentucky sets up, tried for the cross-court kill, though Creighton was ready. Now Martin hits it over. Kentucky able to reset and play it. Hudson sends it over, tipped by Creighton, out of bounds. Kill for the Wildcats. And for the first time this set, Kentucky has the lead. It's 7-6 Wildcats.
Damero right there put a paw on it, and right behind her was Brysinger going right after it. A little bit of miscommunication on whose ball it was when it's coming that fast, so it's hard to communicate, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Creighton and Ava Martin, cross-court kill. No, just out of bounds. Past the right side line, point Kentucky. The Cats now lead by 2.
Martin struggling so far. Craig Skinner, whatever the game plan was against her, is certainly working.
8 serving 6, and here's Creighton setting up. Diving pancake by Hudson. I don't know how she got a hand on it, but the Wildcats keep it alive. Now here's Creighton. Ava Martin fires one way too far over the back line.
Yeah, Aiden, for ASU this season, the formula has been pretty simple. Score as much as humanly possible to win. A lot easier said than done. But taking the 12 runs the Sun Devils put up against UNLV on Monday and the 10 it put up against New Mexico State on Wednesday, that formula seems to be working. And who is at the forefront of this approach? Landon Hairston. Hairston is having a season full of video game numbers, and in an approach he says is just trying to be as simple as possible. Whatever his thoughts are at the plate, it's mighty effective. The sophomore is batting an astonishing .458 at the plate that tops the Big 12. He also clocks an OPS of .1424 that, you guessed it, tops the Big 12. Willie Bloomquist said it had a lot to do with his approach in the weight room, turning balls in the gap or off the wall last year into long balls this year, which he also does at an elite level. Tied fourth in the Big 12 with teammate Dean Toigo, Hairston has launched 11 balls over the fence. You may think with that great offensive skill, the 2025 freshman All-American is overly aggressive at the plate, when in fact, he's anything but. Hairston has managed to take 15 walks this year, a team high. Landon Hairston possesses all the tools capable to thrive at any level, and he is putting them all on display and propelling the Sun Devils into the most overall wins in the Big 12. Guys?